Kiki's got a notebook sharp as a blade, sifting through the chaos where the stories fade, flipping pages fast like a hurricane, clues in the dark dancing in her brain. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with the fresh new eyes. Photos on the wall connect like dots, maps and strings tie the tangled plots. Her mind's a puzzle where the truth unlocks. Every step forward, another tick-tock. She sees what they miss, the cracks in disguise. She's got the angle, she's got the prize. She's Kiki 2025 true crime, breaking it down one thread at a time. Cases gone cold but she's heating the line, coming in hot with her fresh new eyes. Zoom in the frame, enhance the grain, pieces come together in a mental terrain. Voices in the silence, they call her name. Kiki's on the case, rewriting the game. Yeah. Kiki's got a notebook.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? I'm not sure how in the world I got you guys chatting on the screen, but I do, and I kind of like it. How's everyone's day going so far? Hopefully everything's going great. Let's say hello to everyone. Let's say hello. Let's see. Kathy Gordon, hello. Memo, hello. Dawn Emery, hello. Let's see. Grace Ferris, hello. I know you have a hair appointment. Kathy Gordon, take your breathing treatment, honey. Yes, get better. We need to get you better. Let's see. What else? Kimberly Brummett, hello. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Who else? YouTuber is here. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, everyone. Rhonda, hello. Come on in. Leslie, keeping it real. Come on in. I love your name. Hey, Chuchi. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Charlene McPike. Hello. Let's see here. Let's see. I think that's everyone. Hang on just a second, guys. Hello, Lisa King. Hello. I am back. Okay, guys, we're going to start with our, see where it's at. Get all distraught. Get off topic. And then my mind wanders everywhere. I do believe I have ADHD. I have to stay on topic. Okay, Fair Use Act. Let's bring this out. My channel is for speculation and for commentary, criticism, reporting, research only. And we Okay, sorry guys. My channel is for speculation, commentary, criticism, news reporting, research only. And anyone we talk about, guys, do not contact them or go after them in any way whatsoever. We're not about that in this channel. I will be bringing a lot of videos up today, but also I'll be reading some things. Thank you, Chuchi. Thank you, mods. Sorry I'm having to pause some. I hate to do that, but sometimes it's necessary. Let's go ahead and get started. So, I guess everyone has seen the video already of, what is it, Nerdy Addict, wasn't it? Hello, Daisy Duke, come on in. Nerdy Addict put a video out talking about the alleged warrant that we all wondered about months ago. Hello, Shadow, come on in. So you've seen that already, I'm sure. I'm not going to review the video, but I am going to pull up a short. Hello, Detroit Rock City. Go ahead. So I'm over the loudspeaker in the shower. That's hilarious. Anyways, he spoke a lot of different things, guys. I don't know him. I've never watched his channel before this. Some things kind of stood out to me. Some things could have some truth about them. I'm not calling a channel out because I'm sure I've put some things out there, you know, that I thought were true that I had to, you know, come back and say, sorry, I apologize. I was not correct on this. Not saying that at all. But in my opinion, there are some things, unless there's receipts for certain things, then I'm not going to put it out there. The one thing, though, that I did want to put out there was about the warrant, allegedly. Okay? And you remember CP told us that it was pretty much called a warrant, but wasn't one. It was for court. But hello, Teresa Stott. Come on in. In my opinion, they don't call it a warrant unless it's a warrant. Okay? But we're going to start. Guys, I've got things running through my brain like crazy, okay? We're going to start with that warrant thing first. We're just going to jump right into it. Grace, I'm not going to do that one today. But I've verified a lot on Green Hoodie. Yes. And other channels might get aggravated about me. Yeah, it was interesting, but I didn't appreciate the things they said toward the end. Yeah, I'll do it, Grace, next time. I don't know how to show receipts on that without being disrespectful on that situation. Because y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Grace does, but I don't want to be disrespectful on a person, but it's definitely interesting what I found. We'll just say that. And I'm sure they brought it out. People's brought it out before, but I like to verify things myself before, before time. So let's get started. Let's play Mob Crew's video. No, Hindsight's video is a short. Not much has been brought out, Grace. Oh, wow. Thanks for putting me on the spot, Grace. Yeah, I want to explain in the next live who I think Green Hoodie is. And I do have receipts, but you don't want to dox anyone. I don't believe in that. So it's kind of hard to bring receipts without doing that, Grace. Really, really hard to do that. So let's bring up hindsight. Okay. And I'm going to put the banner up. Full credit goes to hindsight on this. Let's bring it up on screen. She posted this, I think, yesterday. Shadow, I can't tell right now. I verified it with sources, and I think it is who it actually, I think it is. Unfortunately, the day of the warrant is the day KK lawyered up. Wow, Rhonda. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I will not dox anyone, whether they are still with us or they're gone. So let's play this. Credit goes to, well, crud. See, I'm getting all distraught. Credit goes to hindsight 2002. And I want you guys to go sub up to her, please. And there's things that I agree with her, and there's some things I don't. We're not always going to see everything eye to eye on everything, but she's a very good lady, in my opinion, and I think she does very well with her videos. So let's listen to this. This is an excerpt of Nerdy Addict on October 15th, 2025. Allegedly, there was a search warrant issued to the Prophet's residence a year after Sebastian Rogers went missing. I want you guys to hear this.
And this is the most significant piece of information. And I'm going to disclose it, and I'm going to put it out on Twitter now. Roughly 1 year after Sebastian Rogers went missing, law enforcement descended on his residence and executed a search warrant. They seized multiple electronic devices, and this is the interesting part to me. So they confiscated laptops and more. And it's interesting because, again, this is hearsay. This is someone telling me that they had already given over these devices willingly. Okay. So this is the information where I've been saying on X where it's problematic, because you can look at it either way. Those who work true crime have to think about a judge signing off on a search warrant, right? There needs to be probable cause. And I asked to see that search warrant or what the probable cause was. And the response was that it's sealed. Police confiscated 3 cameras in addition to
that is his actual audio.
Devices,
guys, come out, okay?
And those 3 cameras were added after
Hey,
Sebastian
thanks for
went
coming
missing.
in.
One of those cameras was from Chris Proudfoot's daughter's room. Apparently, they installed a camera in her room after Sebastian went missing, and 2 other cameras. People are saying I'm choppy. Could be bandwidth. I don't know. Okay. So they confiscated 3 cameras that were added in the home after Sebastian went missing, which was interesting to me. One of those cameras was placed in Chris Proudfoot's daughter's room. I believe she's 8 years old. Police confiscated those cameras with the search warrant that was executed. I don't know what evidence led them to obtain a search warrant from a judge. We know that's sealed now.
Every legal document that's served is considered a warrant of some sort, whether it's a subpoena or some type of warrant. They still list it as a warrant.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other before I finish my song? Now look very carefully, because one of these things just doesn't belong here.
And that's hilarious behind sight. I just laughed my tail off when I seen that. So let's go over now 2, credit to Matthew Badu, I believe, on TikTok. Okay, we're going to throw in some music there. But this was back, I think, in April or May of this year. Let me find my music. Sorry, guys. Computer's going very slow. I'm going to turn it down some. I want you to listen. This is the actual dispatch call that he plays from that warrant. Okay. I'm sure it's been shown before. But I want y'all to hear it again. Move it on the stage. I'll push play. Listen to this, guys. This was April 2nd, 2025 when he posted this. I love his videos also. If it'll play. There we go.
On in the Sebastian Rogers case, seemingly behind the scenes that we, the public, do not know about. First, there was rumors about that 3 a.m. vehicle being found and impounded. Now we actually have audio from Sumner County of a dispatch call where a criminal warrant was served at 1008 Stafford Court. What address is this? The home of Katie and Chris Proudfoot, the home where Sebastian Rogers went missing from. Take a listen to that dispatch audio right now.
Tennessee 116 400 29 OCR please. Hey, what do guys? Can you show me out at 1008 Stafford Court, warrant criminal? Hey, what? Yes, I can.
Tennessee 116400 warrant criminal. Now apparently someone on YT did contact Chris Proudfoot to see what was going on, and he apparently said that this was all a lie and that it was just them being subpoenaed for court today or something like that, or court at a later date. I don't believe that at all. Is what Katie and Chris dealing with in the courts right now with other people on social media criminal? I don't think that that's criminal. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And if they were being subpoenaed for a court hearing at home, I don't think that they would classify that as a criminal warrant. Obviously, we know Chris hasn't been arrested or anything. He was talking to someone on the phone after this dispatch call was made, but we haven't heard from Katie, and we don't know the details behind this warrant criminal. But I think that this is huge, and I think that this could possibly be a break in the case when it comes to Sebastian Rogers. We will see, of course, as we get new information. I'll be sure to update you guys right away. Make sure to follow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll talk to you later.
So, that was April of this year. Okay. Hello, Lolly. Thank you for joining us, sweetheart. Hello, Rusty Pipes and Andrea. Hello, come on in. My voice is giving way today for some reason. Okay. We are going to go to Mob Crew now. I'm going to save. We're going to look at the 3 a.m. lights again. Okay. But, one thing I want to do, and this is to Mob Crew right here, because I'm going to play his content. He has great content. Thank you, mods. Thank you. Please hit the like button, yes, and subscribe, because I've been studying a lot on some things. Let's see. We're going to... And have you all ever seen a video that's out there? I've never seen it, where it actually has... They say, allegedly, okay, that there's a weird audio from the flashlight video. Have you guys seen that? Because I had not. And this will be the first time of me listening to it. I listened to it for like 2 seconds, then I had to hop on here. You have. I can't really make anything out of it. I'm wondering if you guys had a headset or anything on, if you could make anything out of it yourselves. I just wanted to revisit that because I'd never heard it. I know you guys have heard a lot. Let's see here. Okay, this was Mob Crew's last video, I think. Yeah, headset does help dramatically. But we're going to listen a little bit. Full credit goes to Mob Crew for this video. And he has another theory on this, guys, and something that I've thought about for a while now. Okay, in my opinion.
Said like,
hang on, just
I feel like a month before it was ever even been published, and I was like, this is.
Hang on, I gotta scrolling back some. But he has another theory. Okay, he does have another theory about what may or may not have happened. Okay, it's something I've thought about for a long time. One thing, hello, Texas Plain Jane. You've not seen or heard it? Have heard several mention this audio, but I've never seen it. Okay, it's not this video, but the next that I'm going to play. It's under Evil Exists. But this is from Mob Crew. And I want you guys to listen to his theory. I may have to fast forward a little bit. Welcome in, Texas. But I want y'all to hear this.
Oh, did I? Yeah, here we go. So you would have subject to running back to her home. I apologize. I didn't have a lot of time because did 2 projects today. But if you think about it, that person's somewhere around between these 2 homes, and he's just making sure that she makes it across, and then obviously he's going to go back to his house and the lighting would disappear because obviously he's running away from the camera. You wouldn't have the light source anymore. And again, there was rumors that they had some kind of relationship. This is the guy. This is the part-time Henderson PD guy who attended the vigil, attended the vigil, and was freaking out, saying, "Oh my God, this is so bad. This is so bad." That's the same guy. This is also the same guy that suspiciously, in my opinion, was riding around with them early that morning when they were looking for footage. Let me know what you guys.
And I'm pausing this for a second because do you guys remember when I played dispatch and I kept saying that the dispatch said there was a white truck, okay, and that was the officer's truck, and then they were riding around in a white truck, but one was locked somewhere, okay? So that kind of confused me, that white truck being locked. And we'll go over dispatch over and over if I have to. But that kind of confused me. But what Mob, in his opinion, and I thought the same thing in my opinion, and I'm not blaming anyone, we're not the court of law, but let's say the scenario if KP was having relations with the neighbor, okay? I've read up on these things, and if, just say the scenario. We're going to play the scenario game, okay? But the scenario, hello, Alicia P., come on in. The scenario, what if, KP was at her wit's end. We're just playing scenario game. And maybe call someone because, hey, we need to get him somewhere. Fed up. CP's not home. He's at work. I'm just going with this scenario. And someone helped her to get him in a vehicle. I'm saying allegedly, in my opinion. Okay, I'm not blaming anybody. Don't go out there. But what if this was all hidden? What if it was all hidden behind Seth's back? Hello, Rosebud. Come on in. What if they've got him somewhere, Sebastian, and no one knows except for certain people? I'm saying allegedly, That's one scenario, guys. We got to think every direction in this because law enforcement won't say anything. Family. Katie pleaded the fifth, right? Yes. Blocked his house from Google. Went silent. I heard he even got aggravated at someone. And Chris on Mup Crew said he got aggravated at someone for calling to check on their home or something while they were gone. I don't know. I've been sitting here talking, guys, that entire time on mute. What I was saying was, let's just try a scenario, okay, that say KP called a certain someone because they needed help, or she, yes, Alicia, needed help to get him into a vehicle. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm alleging, in my opinion, okay. Oh, you did hear. Then what was wrong? It was saying I was muted. Okay, I'm crazy. Thank you, YouTuber. Rosebud, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. It's just so weird to me, And I'll show you why it's weird to me. Because I read up on some of these facilities. Okay? And it says that CPS or law enforcement can actually come out in the middle of the night to get your child, okay? If you request that. If you request it, folks, okay? They can get them to an emergency facility or a home. And everything I say is alleged, in my opinion, yes, until proven, okay? But let's finish listening to this. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but Chris is very smart, in my opinion.
Sync in chat. I know a lot of people, think it's crispy, and I don't blame you. And again, don't want to get tunnel vision on either one, but it just kind of hit me the way how this video starts with subject 1 already up ahead. And I would think if it was crispy, we should have seen the video. We should have seen like a light going to the home first and then 2 lights in tandem coming back out. But we don't see that. They act more kind of independently. Again, like as if one's just really a scout. Katie's coming to get the clothing, Sebastian's clothing. And then we'll talk about his shoes, because I think that's another thing. Some people are saying, I think you're on point. Again, it's just a scenario, but man, I lost a lot of sleep last night thinking about it. I'm like, holy shit, because this guy has been super sus. There's still some things I can't say, but I could tell you his behavior, his Google Street. I remember, I know I had a live after, doing Sebastian, and I'd go up and down the street. He's blocked his home, blurred out his home. And I know that happened after Sebastian went missing. Very interesting. Again, the guy that's at the vigil, that was saying, "Oh my God, this is so bad, this is so bad," freaking out.
There's a lot of space. As much as
Then we have the suspicious thing here. One second. Let me get to it. Then remember this clip that Fish Sticks got, which again, being a Henderson PD officer, even if it's part-time, I can't imagine him.
Okay, guys, the reason I'm stopping it here, okay? You see the way that building, and I knew something was different about this backyard. Yes, they added on to the home, okay? They did add on to the home, allegedly. The officer that lives behind Katie and Chris, okay? But, and I've got to find the picture, okay? But see how the building is more near Katie and Chris's home? Do you see that? The shed? Yeah, the shed, Alicia, bothers me too, okay? In my opinion. Because that shed is facing long ways along the right side of the fence if you're facing the house from the looks of this picture, right? If you go on Google, okay, and it blurs out the house, so it's very hard to see. But that shed has been moved, in my opinion. It is right up against the fence. It's either been moved or there's a fence behind the house. I don't know. But right here in this picture, there's no fence. That was 2024. Okay, they had already added on. So the fence was very close to the door on that storage building. Okay? I want y'all to go look at that. Hello, Pebbles. Come on in. I want you to go look at that. We're about to finish up on Mob Crew. Then we're going to hear the audio again.
I'm handing out this kind of footage unless he was trying to help set that narrative, right? Because remember, this comes from that Henderson PD guy. And again, you know, we've broken down these 3 images that got leaked and the, you know, the version that was unedited, and we learned that Katie's light is on. We got a couple lights on, but her bedroom light is on, along with the sunroom light being on. And yeah, just kind of interesting that they were able to get that footage from him, as if maybe they were, you know, in on it and they wanted to kind of produce a narrative, if that kind of makes sense.
Okay, so that was Chris from Mob Crew. Just sub up to him, please. He's very good at what he does. We are going to bring up Evil Exists now and go to that video. Full credit. Okay. Full credit to him. And this is an alleged audio on the 3 a.m. lights. I wanted to review that again. I'm going to turn my music down, but we're still going to play that. Hang on, I'll adjust my music settings, guys. Be patient with me, please. Be patient. There we go. Can you still hear the music, guys? Okay, I think you can. If you got a headset, I want my headset people to listen, okay? Here we go.
Subject 1 with a light source in the lower right-hand corner. Then you see subject 2 briefly appear and move toward the first before that light source is covered or obscured by bushes. Subject 1, a few seconds later, then moves out of frame. Then subject 2 reappears and follows subject 1 off screen. It's a short time later, and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it. I know, there's not much to see here. You certainly cannot identify anyone, but those close to the investigation tell me the mere fact that there is now evidence that someone is in the area around Sebastian's home is significant.
2 days ago, Nick decided to revisit his exclusive story on the flashlights in the backyard. He said all he has was the clip he showed, and he obtained exclusively. He just highlights the 2 light images moving around after dark, near the home. As far as he knows, this is the only home security video taken from the area the night Sebastian disappeared that shows anything of potential significance. He confirms that the video has been scrutinized by authorities and is in the case file. Investigators revealed that the footage was viewed, and it has no evidentiary value. However, they don't rule out the possibility of that changing if new evidence surfaces. He asked investigators what they thought the source of the lights were, and they declined to say. Others close to the case claimed the lights were either floodlights or from a garbage truck. Nick believes that it looks more like a flashlight or cell phone light. Let's get to this piece of audio now.
Love you too, Gogo.
It's been floating around for a few days now, some claiming that this audio could be heard on that footage, and you just have to listen with headphones. It sounds like someone is saying, "Go home," and then a whole lot of muffled sounds. That audio is apparently not from the original footage, and is possibly from someone recording off a screen or something. The original footage that Nick Beers had has no audio. Nick believes the video shows individuals outside the house with small lights.
Okay, guys, so I don't know if you can make anything out of that. I couldn't because I didn't have a headset on, but thought that was interesting, and whoever has the original, I would love to hear the original on that. Okay, we're going to go back to JLR real quick. Okay, I don't know him, but let's revisit what Bobby said again. Okay, I want to revisit that. I'm going to give credit to JLR. I'm going to play just a little bit of this, and then we're going to move forward. And I know we've heard this 100 times, but I like to revisit it. So let's just listen to the beginning.
She was driving around the rest of looking for passion, like she claims.
Right. So there's so many different things here, because the neighbor that I actually spoke with, that I'm friends with, she's the one that has the camera on the corner of Stafford and Kellen, and I'm not going to mention her name, but she's the one that the camera footage got leaked without her knowledge and her permission, that everybody has seen. But I've directly spoken with her, and then I also have directly spoken with a couple other neighbors that live very close to the Proudfoot's house. And the neighbor that I spoke with the very first time that morning, she said that when she was taking her kids to school, Katie was already back from looking. She had just got back from looking, and the kids have to be in school at 7:30. And so she normally leaves the house at 7 to take her kids.
I'm stopping it right there for a second, okay? Because the Nerdy Addict, if you go listen to him, okay, he stated on his channel that KB was going to look for Sebastian in a cemetery. Okay? Y'all, did y'all hear that? If you didn't, you need to go back and listen to his channel. He stated that he had heard that evidently she was going to look for him in a cemetery. Okay, where is that on camera? Because she was in a vehicle. Did she go around to the cemetery? Did she go to the school? I thought it was the school. Okay, I don't know, guys. Hello, Jen in Georgia. Come on in. I'm gonna finish playing this. I want to reiterate her words.
To school, but Katie was already back and in the front yard, and all the cops and stuff were there. So she stopped for a minute to talk to her, took her to school. My neighbor that had the camera footage told me that her timeline is not working correctly, but when she puts it all together with the sunrise and then the bus coming through and all of that, she said it was approximately about 6 o'clock, 6:15, 6:20. It was right in between supposedly when she discovered him missing. Supposedly she gets up, she runs around the house, she gets dressed, and she drives out of the neighborhood and that kind of thing and goes looking for him. But I know the neighbor next, if you're looking at the Prophet's house on the left, when she went running out of her house hysterical, the neighbor next to her was already out. You know, of course, everybody's getting up, getting ready for work, getting kids ready for school. Bus comes 6:45, 6:50-ish. 6:45, 6:50. It's been a long time since my kids have ridden the bus, so I have to really think about that one. But it's definitely before 7 because the kids have to be in school in class by 7:30. And we're the last picked up before he actually goes to school because we're right next to the school. So, you know, everybody was getting up and getting ready for work and everything. So she actually saw her out, and she asked her what was going on, and she told her. And so she actually walked around the house and was helping her look around the house. So she was already back from looking around 7.
Interesting. When she left to go look for Sebastian, I know that if you turn right going out of the Prophet, you go up the top of the hill, it's a cul-de-sac, or you go around and you can go up your street all the way at the back where the construction is. Did she, before she ventured out of the neighborhood, did she go up those roads, do you know of, to look?
Did she go up my road?
Your road or her road itself to the top of the cul-de-sac? You know, where
the
her
only
road
thing
ends.
I was right. So the only thing I was told, of course, we nobody in my house was up or out yet, so I can't verify that because we weren't out yet. But the neighbor that told me that she saw her SUV drive across her is the sheriff's department, because we live in the county, so sheriff's department respond first because never seen them
walk around.
No, they were in their yard out, but never left their property. No. And I know for a fact because so Monday my kids were out with law enforcement, because at that point it was, we need all the neighbors come out, help us, look everywhere, whatever. So they were open to everybody coming in and help. So at that point, my kids jumped into one of those razor things and drove all up and through the property and stuff. And then my other one walked with the canine unit in the construction zone.
Okay, guys, I was actually trying to find where she was talking about the neighbor seeing the 3 a.m. lights in the car that pulled up. My bad on that one. But yeah, she's saying that she drove up to the school. Lady Roses, hello. Come on in. Come on in. Okay, I'm going to read something to you guys. Let's take the banners down. But I'm going to read something to you guys, and I won't be able to see chat when I start reading. Hello, Canadian True Crime. Come on in. Okay, turn that music off. Whew. Nerve-wracking sometimes. I want y'all to see something. This is very, very, very interesting to me. And we're just going to assume, we're speculating, okay? We're not blaming, accusing, we're not saying that this is what happened. But let's go on this theory, okay? I can't see chat right now. I'm going to read this. Kidnapping Incorporated, the unregulated youth and I didn't know there was such thing as this. The unregulated youth transportation industry and the potential for abuse. I'm going to read this because evidently this is a story from someone. Okay? Can you all see the screen? Clicking back. Can you see the screen? Hit a 1 in chat if you don't mind, if you can see what I'm about to read. I've never seen anything like this nor heard anything like this until I started checking into things like this. Hello, me and you. Come on in. Okay, good. It says strangers come in a child's room in the middle of the night. And trigger warning, okay, guys? Drag her kicking and screaming into a van, apply handcuffs, and drive her to a behavioral modification facility at a distant location. What sounds like a clear-cut case of kidnapping is complicated by the fact that the child's parents not only authorized this intervention, but also paid for it. This scarcely publicized practice known as the youth transportation industry operates on the fringes of existing law. The law generally presumes that parents have almost unlimited authority over their children. But the youth transportation industry has never been closely examined regarding exactly what the transportation process entails or whether it is in fact legal. The companies provide a service to parents who want to send their children to behavioral modification facilities, including boot camps and other residential reform schools, but who are unable and unwilling to deliver the children themselves. Okay, while I'm reading this, I'm coming back to chat. What do y'all think about this? I want to know what you think about this theory, because it sounds so weird to me. My theory is got into a confrontation, physical. Gotcha. There's all kinds of theories out, but this is insane to me. The companies provide a service to parents who do not want to drive their children there. Okay, transportation company contracts with the parents to arrange for pickup and conveyance. The parents delegate rights over their children to the company, usually by signing a power of attorney. Due to the circumstances in which these transports typically take place, however, the delegation of rights has far greater implications than simply authorizing the transportation of a child from point A to point B. After suffering the emotional trauma of being taken from their parents, children may suffer physical abuse as well, as the companies often use force in the form of handcuffs or other restraints. This article examines the details of transport process and raises legal questions about the disciplinary authority that parents possess, including the extent to which they can grant this authority to a third party. I didn't know this existed. I never knew this existed. Got another article, okay? I'm going to read. Are y'all seeing this? This is crazy to me. I hate to read to you guys, but I'm trying to read quickly. This has a video in it, but I'm not playing the video, so I've got to stop the video. But this is just, in our opinion, okay? In our opinions, guys. Nothing more. Okay, I need to mute this. Ugh. I don't know how to pause that because I don't want that video playing. There we go. Okay, let's bring this up. I'm hurrying, guys. The screen's skipping everywhere. I apologize. Yeah, and that's one thing, Alicia, that was brought to my memory was when CP alleged and said, maybe he'll come back when he's 18. Why would a parent do that or a step parent say that? This happened in St. Louis within what's known as the secure transport industry. Don't look this word up because I did, and it's not a good word. I don't know why they're using that word right there. It's a very weird thing. But it says, brawny men show up under the cover of darkness and force a teenager into a vehicle, taking them against their will to a boarding school, foster home, or treatment center. The process is typically initiated by parents at wit's end over what to do with a child they perceived as trouble. For the kids, it's traumatic first leg of a journey to an unheard of place, perhaps hundreds of miles away. Let's read. Teens who resist are often told, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. They might be restrained with handcuffs or zip ties. They could be blindfolded or hooded. Though a secure transport company operator was indicted last month, criminal charges are rare because the little-known industry is virtually unregulated. In fact, the indictment was for violating a restraining order, not for the transport itself. Some of these stories are almost out of a Charles Dickens novel, said Republican Ro Kenya. A California Democrat is pushing for federal regulation of the secure transport industry. Thousands of American teenagers end up annually in some form of congregate care facility or program aimed at dealing with issues ranging from behavioral problems to drug or alcohol abuse and crime. We know that Sebastian was a good kid, but we know that his home life, in our opinions, was very strict and not so nice, in my opinion. In Missouri alone, more than 100 Christian boarding schools promise hope for wayward teens. In Utah, wilderness programs use back-to-nature approach to try and help young people turn around their lives. Other kids end up in foster homes or treatment centers. In many cases, the children don't want to leave home and won't go along with their parents. That's where secure transport companies come in. At a cost often reaching thousands of dollars, parents hire one of the many companies specializing in transporting children to congregate care. Many have websites touting their approaches. So I wanted you guys to see these. I'm going to come back to chat. I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Let's see, my chat's blank right now, guys. Okay, there y'all. Hey, Scranton, come on in. Yeah. So this is just a scenario, okay? But in my opinion, if that's what happened, let's say if that's what happened, why would you keep it from a father? Why would you keep that from a father? Sad. And why would you report anyone kidnapped, in my opinion? Okay. Let's see. Not kidnapped. Walking out. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, this is called parentalrights.org. I'm going to read this just a little bit and then we'll be done. Yeah, I would think that she would need, yes, Sandy, right here. Yes. Yeah, permission, in my opinion. I'm just stating a scenario, guys. I'm not saying that this is what's happened, okay? But we got to look at everything at this point. This article's author worked with around 300 cases in Georgia, along with hundreds across the nation. She shares heartbreaking stories of CPS corruption, including how children are being taken away unnecessarily and put in very abusive situations. There was somewhere I read, and I forgot to pull it up. I do believe we're not going to cover this because I think this is a different circumstance. But if you Google who can remove children from the home in the middle of the night, I want you to Google that. Reword it, It literally states that CPS and also the facilities, but also law enforcement can help with the removal also. Okay. Whether I could see in a violent situation, but I don't know that they could just come in and do something like that. I don't know. I know that without Seth knowing, in my opinion, without Seth knowing, I feel that it would be criminal, in my opinion, if this is what happened. Okay? Yeah. 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 YouTuber. But this was just a scenario, and Chris from Mob threw it out there, and then I started kind of just researching, and I thought, wow, what if that's what's going on? All right, guys, I've got to get some cleaning done. I got to go shopping tonight. I appreciate you coming in. I had a great discussion with you guys today. Okay. Tomorrow, I guess because Grace Pierce threw it out there, I'm going to talk about Green Hoodie. Okay. But I got to figure out a way to bring it out with receipts without hurting anyone feelings, to be honest. Hey, Wild Child, thank you for coming in. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you, mods. I appreciate you, chat. I love you guys. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. I'm going to keep on researching, Yeah, Daisy, I'd like to know that too. Yeah, clean your house, please. Girl, I do about 6 loads of laundry a day, believe it or not, because we have so many people in our family. But I'm actually washing bedclothes today because I want fresh sheets tonight. But I love you guys. Thank you for a great chat. Thank you for a great conversation. Yeah, everything is a scenario in this case. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, and maybe a short live, because tomorrow night's a big night. Working but listening, great live. Good job, Kiki. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Love you guys so much. Teresa says, thank you, Kiki. Great live. Love you guys. And we will do our $25 gift card drawing. I'm at 400. I think it's 417 watch hours away from being monetized. So we will do another drawing. Me and you won the first $25 gift card. So she knows that I stick by my word. As soon as I've done the drawing, I send it over to her that day. So Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for so much that you do, mods. Thank you so much. Have a great day.